Hey, Jimbo, up here, buddy. I discovered the Acapella Anonymous chat room, and I want to show you some potential lady friends. What do you think about Ukrainian girls?
Oh, thanks.
Thank God you're here, Joe. I'm having a rough week. I don't think Girls Next Door is coming back next season.
Oh, well, I guess Hef needs a break. He's pretty old.
Age doesn't matter when you're that rich. OMG. I cannot fathom that woman. Can you believe what she's wearing? It's so Murphy Brown meets Mrs. Doubtfire. She dresses like a first grade teacher. I wouldn't want her to be my lawyer.
You know, she used to be a first grade teacher, right?
If you ask me, she could use an Elle Woods makeover.
Oh, and who's this little one?
Sorry, my babysitter was sick. This is my baby Astrid.
Don't be sorry. Any child of yours is a child of mine.
Ugh.
I was just asking if anyone had any questions from last class before we move on. Yes, the lovely Ryan has a question.
Professor, I know.
Hey, what did I say? We're friends, Ryan.
Right. I was just wondering, I heard you coach a few moot court teams. You think I should try out? Is that a good way to practice my oral skills?
That's what she said. Just kidding. Yes. Try out for a moot court team. Definitely. Especially you, Ryan. I'll make sure you get on my team. A team. Any other questions? Yes, Jillid.
Close enough.
No. Close enough is not acceptable. Guys, we're family. And it's really important to me that I know my family's names. Sure, it took me 5 years to learn my stepfather's name, but I did, because that's what family does. And even if we weren't family, I think by now you've all discovered that I'm somewhat of a cosmopolitan. Heck, I've even lived abroad. I've been exposed to lots of different cultures. Yup, you're looking at the real-life grandson of a Canadian Mountie. Let me be your Mountie. Let me let you mount me. Now, my son, how do you pronounce your name?
Gilad.
Wonderful. Glad to meet you. And thank you for being patient. Now, proceed, Gilad.
Professor, last time we were discussing mistake of fact.
Right?
Well, could you maybe give us an example of the difference between mistake of fact and mistake of law?
Okay, let's get scandalous. Say Ryan and I are going out for a night on the town. Typical guy's night, if you will. On a whim, Ryan and I decide to go to Benihana. Now, I can't tell you what those waitresses look like sober, but after 10 or 12 sake bombs, those chicks are hotter than that hibachi. Ryan's digging on one of them, but she's into older guys. So when she starts hitting on me, like Pam does after class, Ryan goes out back with the bartender to blow a couple lines of coke. Meanwhile, I take some of the girls back to Bar Social, where I get lucky with one of them in the trunk of my Prius.
Question.
Dwight, no, not yet.
Am I jealous that Michael uses Ryan in his hypotheticals all the time? No. Michael and I don't need to go out hypothetically. We actual-thetically go out. Well, we did once. I met him once in his office hours.
Now, this girl looked a little young. Not as young as baby ass turd up there.
It's
but
Astrid.
I thought she was about 20. Despite my understanding, it turns out the girl was 16 3/4 years of age. The next morning, the bitch slaps me with a statutory rape suit. Mistake of fact? Angela.
I have not been this offended since my college roommate made me watch an episode of the Tyra Banks show. I think everyone in this hypothetical should burn in hell.
Duly noted. Any other thoughts? Ugh. Phyllis?
I don't think mistake of fact will get you off here.
That's what she said.
The court takes sexual offenses against minors very seriously, and they are to be interpreted with strict liability. So, despite the fact that you may have believed she was of legal age, you should have known better than to mess around with someone of tender years.
Phyllis, that was quite impressive. I didn't know you had it in you. Does everyone understand?
Question. Professor Scott, is this statutory information available somewhere?
Does anybody want to answer that? Jim?
That would be the penal code.
That's what she said. Wait, just wait. I can see we're all stressed and really tired. Let's get unconventional.
The last time Michael decided to get unconventional, he got a sexual harassment suit brought against him. So this should be interesting.
Pam, go run around and see if you can find some baseball bats and ski masks. Pam, baseball bats, run!
Does it bother me that Professor Scott treats me as his personal servant? No, I do just about anything to get out of this classroom. Although, I'm sure Jim doesn't like me leaving him alone with Kelly.
Okay, class, let's act out a little scene here. I have to cast a few people in some roles. Okay, Ryan. You come up here and be the hot-looking guy in the bar. Angela, come up here and be the hottie that Ryan's talking up for the night.
No.
Okay,
I'll do it.
great. Kelly, thank you.
Professor Scott, there were no baseball bats around the law school, but I found this stick outside.
Whatever, Pam. Thanks anyway, I guess. You'll never make it as a lawyer if you keep pulling stuff like that. Okay, who else wants to participate? Come on, guys, this is supposed to be fun.
You've got mail.
Who was that? Who was surfing the internet during Professor Scott's performance instead of participating? I demand to know who it is so I can write up the perpetrators for disciplinary action.
Not sure you have the authority to do that, Dwight.
Actually, Jim, Professor Scott made me assistant professor, so I can and will write up the perpetrators.
Dwight, you're the assistant to the professor. And anyway, just forget it. Just leave. I can't teach like this. Just go home. You're all hopeless. Just leave.
So, Jim, since we got out of class early, do you want to go have a drink of our social with me?